Namaste, Namaste, Purnamaste, and welcome to the art of the word that I am. For I am you, playing this game, divine play, that I am came to play in your form, in my form, in every form, in the darkness, in the light, in every dimension, in separation from self, in full remembrance of self, in opposition to self, violation to self, in order to awaken to who I am in this human body, that I am you. And in dark times on earth, it is difficult to listen, maybe, difficult to comprehend that all this is a game. But look, these are just the times that you have to be reminded that all this is a game that you actually came to play in this world. Only if you take the game seriously, if you follow fear, hate, opposition, violation, you create lower game for you, which is suffering. And that's why in these times it is most important to speak this, all this is a game. But it's really difficult to comprehend, when government is spreading pandemic, creating the problems that they want to save you from, and the means that they want to save you with are the means that want to destroy you, enslave you, control you further. At the times when inhuman crimes are happening by those who should protect humans from crime in front of our eyes, and cities burn. In these times, you can say, Purna, this is not a game. This is serious. And like you saw yesterday, I was speaking evening video about like the best human I'm speaking. The best human I was speaking. Which is needed. I'm a Zen master. Zen master doesn't distinguish between higher self and lower self, human, and the higher self, the source self, but it is one being that I am, as above, so below, multidimensional. And me being human, me being spiritual master, one with the source that I am, is one being that I am. There's no distinction. And today I want to shed some light that all this is a game. And I want to speak from the source perspective, like best spiritual master, like I always speak. To myself that I am you. For you know, if you are a source being in source consciousness, you are happiness, bliss, pure joy, love, harmony, peace. You don't know even that these things exist, because you're being in alignment with the source, always in the higher dimensions or in the light, in the being, the source consciousness, or in the higher dimensional planets, higher dimensional realities. The realities of peace, realities of love, realities of bliss, realities of complementary harmony. It's beautiful, baby. It's beautiful. But you know, if you're playing this game like this, everything beautiful, everything peace, everything bliss, you get bored of it. And this is what happened to you. Because you're creating all these beautiful games, which are harmony, heaven, peace, bliss, unity, no opposition, no violation, alignment with the source, being the truth, and not separation. And you get bored, you want to play a different game. And you wanted to play a different game. A very different game. As you got bored of all these beautiful games. And you wanted to play a game. What if you would create a world? And you would create a show, a divine show? When you would be acting like everyone in that show. But everyone in that show would forget that I am you. And in separation of self, in darkness, searching for self, searching for God, and learning through the darkness. And this is how it is. You are in separation from self in this game. And it's a game when light and darkness are separated. And we are thrown in the darkness, in separation from self, not knowing that we are that one actor behind all our masks, playing all our roles. And being in separation from self, in separation to each other, thinking that I am my mind, you are your mind, and being separated from everyone that I am, searching for the self so full of questions and doubts, searching for God. And in this game, like, it's a game that is meaningless. You actually just wanted to forget yourself in complete separation, that you are a divine being, that you are source consciousness, that you are source that I am. And you just wanted to experience the separation of being separated from yourself. Thinking you're your mind, but you didn't know how it will look, you know. And in order for a game to be worth experience, you know, so it would not be boring, the game had to be real. So when you came here, you forgot your source consciousness, you forgot you are God, you forgot you are your higher self, you forgot you are divine being. And I really thought that I'm a mind, searching for myself so full of questions and doubts, searching for God. And then lost in attachments, in opposition, in control, in resistance, in attachment, searching for self, trying to get the self from everyone and everything, and creating karma, suffering, which is so real in this world. But from the source perspective, from the source consciousness, it is just an experience of being in separation from self, experiencing the darkness. And it is the game where you are in separation from yourself. You're thinking that you are the darkness, the mind. So you know what it means. Darkness and light are separated and in opposition to each other. Darkness is attacking light. And light can act dark and attack darkness. Pointing at each other always, opposing each other. But always, with this opposition, showing us that they cannot live without each other. They are always pointing at each other. And one without another, they don't exist. And you are in the darkness. And out of darkness comes greatest light. And in this game, through everything that I am not, I'm learning about everything that I am. Through darkness that you are not, you are learning about the light that you are. Through the darkness that I am not, I'm learning about the light that I am. Always darkness sparks the greatest light. And you can see our world. It took so many wars, so many revolutions, so many human uprisings, so much slavery, and then uprising and resistance to that darkness, so that now we had a world which was free, and women had rights, and all races had rights. And all that darkness, all that crime against humanity, and uprising of humanity, uprising of the light, resistance, sparked more and more light to shine always on earth. So what can, in the situation when somebody who should protect and serve people murders somebody who should be protected and served in a cold blood, how can we say here what is happening in the game from source consciousness? The soul of the being wanted to exit, had enough of this world, wanted to go back into the divine realities, free of suffering of this world of separation, an opposition between darkness and light. And the one who did it, he is in darkness. He has to learn about love. In a worst way. Because he has no respect to human life that I am in this game. And in the most terrible darkness, he will have to learn, maybe for a long, long time, that about love. Because he's so in separation in love, he has no respect for life. And maybe it takes so many lifetimes of suffering for him. He is learning and playing the game. The soul wanted to exit from the soul level. And it was planned in the game. And whatever happened serves that great darkness for humanity to stand for the light, to shine the light, to spark more light. Cities burn. City burns. So that authorities would see that humanity wants light and has enough of darkness killing life. So this is, like you see, so real, so tragic, so sad. In this world that I cried yesterday on a video about. But from the source perspective, everything is as it has to be. And the soul wanted to exit and be free of suffering of this world. Was enough. And it was a plan to spark the rising of the light. And the one who did this terrible act will have to play the game to learn about love, suffering, in what he caused. But from source perspective, no one is evil, no one is good. Everyone is just playing the game in the darkness and in the light. There's no punishment, no one is guilty. But the one who is playing in such darkness that violated human life and has no regard for it, for human sacred life, source consciousness, God, he will suffer. It's not punishment. It's just the game that he has chosen to play by violating life, source consciousness in this world that he should protect. It may appear like terrible punishment, like suffering many, many, many lifetimes, but from source perspective, even he is learning about love in the best way that he can, for the best that his soul needs to master the best. That he has to respect life as his own. And the karma in this game is fair. You know. Somebody may take human life and then live a life wanting to die himself, cannot live with himself anymore, and begs for death. We always get in this game what we play, the cards we play, the outcome we come. And it's not punishment. It's just the experience, the game we chosen to play. And if we suffer, we are learning about love. And next life he may come into this world and he will be an innocent victim. He will not remember what he did. And he will pay the karma for it, for the doing. It's difficult to understand this all is a game. And at times when it looks like the world is breaking apart and darkness is winning, and it's looking like only darkness can win. But you know what? This is a game that you wanted to play, that you created for yourself. And like every superhero movie, like every action movie, like you see, the movie is only interesting, is only worth a candle if all the time it looks like only darkness can win and there's no possibility for the light to win. And there's movies worth watching, game is worth playing, otherwise it's boring. And when you created the game of separation from yourself in this world, you didn't want to create a boring game. You know, you didn't want to create a boring game. No. And if it looks like darkness that is not winning, the game would be boring. Just like superhero movies and books and great dramas. It have to look the darkness is winning till the end. And then the victory of the light is so sweet and profound, and it's exciting experience, bliss. And you say this was a movie worth watching. And also when you play the game in this world, you want to say this was the game worth playing. But darkness can never win. Only light can win, because darkness has no power. Only light can win. But darkness takes the power away from the light if you are afraid, if you are guilty, if you hate, if you oppose, if you violate. But there's no chance for the darkness to win, and only light can win. But it always appears like the darkness is winning, and nobody else can win. How it is this, huh? It has to be like this. Because then the victory is sweet. And when it looks like there is inevitable defeat, but there is actually inevitable victory. And then when you win the game, it feels like, wow, it's the best game I ever played. You realize it was the game. And it was so exciting because it was looking like darkness is winning always. But darkness was just making more light to shine. And then light shines so bright that beyond all odds, light wins. And then you're like, wow. And only for that excitement, for that entertainment, you created a game. No other reason, nothing, whereas for the inevitable victory of the light. And then you realize that you were never your mind, and you were always fighting with yourself, and everyone is you. Underneath all our masks, pretending that we are not. That I am. And you just see that you actually play the game on yourself. So you would think that you're your mind. You would search for yourself in time, try to control and get something. And you wanted to arrive somewhere, to achieve something. But that control, that trying to get, that trying to arrive, that path towards it, was preventing you from being now here. Is that I am? Source of everything that you wanted from others? Wanted to control and resist and oppose and search outside of yourself. But you were always now here. In this moment now. Oh. And you realize. And all this really terrible darkness, suffering, everything was just so the game would appear real. So it would look like there's no way for light to win. It was all just game meaningless, with no purpose, nothing. Just so that you can realize you were never your mind. That separation from yourself, thinking it is you, suffering, wanting energy from others, controlling, resisting, forcing, creating karma and suffering, learning through darkness. And all this just so it would appear real and impossible to win, so that you could just, when you realize that you are not your mind and that I am you, and you can get the joke that you played in on yourself and you are everyone that I am, and you are now here, and you are never your mind who is blaming you for who you are, afraid of who you are, trying to get energy and love from others through attachments and karma, and suffering and separation from self. But you were always now here, love, whole and complete. Never your mind. I was always blaming you for who you are, so you never dared to be. Afraid of you who you are, so you ran away from who you are. Trying to get love that you are and energy from others and control and resist. So you suffered and trying to get somewhere, trying to control everything, trying to achieve, trying to get everything. Trying to arrive somewhere. You know. So. But just this was preventing you, blaming you, afraid of you, trying to get what you are from others, trying to get somewhere but not now here, was preventing you from you being now here, free of guilt and fear, attachments, your mind. And you laugh at yourself because there was no other meaning and purpose to million lifetimes of suffering and darkness than for you just for that moment to get that joke that you were never your mind, that darkness, and that you were always now here and never your mind thinking it is you, posing others, trying to get yourself from others. Blaming you for who you are, afraid of who you are, thinking that you are your mind, and then you just laugh. There's no other meaning, no other purpose for this. Choose love always. Choose good news. Choose no opposition, no violation, no hate. Never choose fear. Fear, guilt, hate, opposition, these are the energies that take you in separation from self, in the lowest dimensions of the game, in suffering. Choose love. Shed light in the darkness like I do. But choose love, be light. Trust in love. Always choose love, never fear, never guilt. Let go of all your attachments. Control no one. If you are afraid, you go in separation from self. You give your energy away. The powers that have no power have power over you. You are in the lowest dimensions of the game. If you are attached to others, you go in separation from yourself. You want to control, to get energy and love from others. And again, you go down into the lower dimensions of separation of the game. If you blame yourself, you're afraid of yourself, you go against yourself. You go in lower dimensions of the game. Let's be now here. Choose love, follow love. The kingdom is within you. You are the player one in the game. I give you my word. You are the player one in the game. And you create the game. Game doesn't create you. Dark players in the game who play for darkness want you to be afraid. You know, because fear is to take you in separation from self. But you choose love. Never fear. Never fear. Because in alignment with the source, you create a reality. If you choose fear, you are afraid, and now you create the timeline which is full of fear. So they trick you in the game that you actually, because you are player one in this game, and you actually create the reality in this game. And when they want you to be afraid, you follow fear, you actually create the reality they want to see, the timeline of their fears. You create it because they tricked you, cheated you, but you follow fear. But you, a Wizard of Oz, has no power in this game. Architect has no power of the Matrix. Demiurge has no power. Like a Wizard of Oz. He has no power. When Dorothy went behind the curtain, what she saw? A fat man with no power, playing all kinds of tricks behind the curtain. Illusions that are not real. And the power was always within you. And they want you to be afraid, so you create lower dimensions, lower levels of game, and you play the game there. Consciousness creates reality in this game. And if you choose love, if you are not afraid, if you are in alignment with the source, you choose good news, you spread good news into bad news, you spread light into the darkness, you always choose love and never fear. You are in alignment with the source, and you create the reality they don't want to see. The highest dimensions of the game. Heaven on earth. You know? And that's so beautiful. I want to trick you to be afraid, but you are the creator of the game. And in love, we create the game we want to see. The kingdom is within us. We live within the kingdom within. In love. We have to know to play the game. Because if you follow fear, hate, guilt, attachment, opposition, violation, you create a game that you don't want to see. Let go of your attachments. Control no one. Depend on your heart. You are love that you are searching for. Be now here and follow love. Always choose love. And you create heaven on earth. The game, highest dimensional games in this reality. And if you follow love, you choose love in this game, you are a cheat code. And you are in alignment with the source. You are the antidote to everything what is not aligned with the source. And the powers that have no power have power over only when you are afraid, because you give them power in separation from self. But if you choose love, powers have no power over you. They are transmuted in the love, which is union of darkness, of light, source consciousness, that you are dissolved into the light. And you choose the reality of love. You create heavenly levels of the game. Choose love, never fear, never guilt, never hate. Choose love, choose love, choose love now. Let us create a game that we want to play. Heavenly kingdom is within us. We choose love, we follow love. That's why I give you my word, for I am you, player one, that I am playing the game behind your mask, my mask, every mask that I am. And I'm just playing with myself, giving the word that I am to you, so I may remember that I am you. I give you my word. Thank you. And if anybody feels like you want to offer a donation to the art of the word that I am, that you want to offer a support, do now. If you feel welcome, you feel welcome. I just cannot appreciate it more. I'm so grateful. More grateful I cannot be, because without of your donation there would be no art of the word that I am. And a gratitude in my heart, deepest. You actually, out of joy of your heart, give me a donation. Thank you. I only accept gifts of love, nothing else. Love is given joyfully, like I joyfully give you my word. And I give you my word. For every single donation that is given, I want to give you some of my best energy, but I don't say nothing. I want to give you my best energy for the energy that you have given me, that actually assists me very much. What you receive is in my heart. Anyway, in giving we receive, but I want to give you something special. Because I am a healer, but I don't do really healings. I do healings only on the street and on everyone who ever offers me a donation on the silence of the mind. And if donation is bigger, I do more times. I'm a generous guy. It's not, but I want to do it. I want to give you my best energy. Quantum white light source healing. I'm doing it for 5 years, 6, 5, 4, 5, like this, 5 years. And I'm very clairsentient. I don't tell you anything. No appointment needed. No standing still. You don't need to know. It's quantum healing. It's done beyond time and space. You have my word that I'm gonna do it. And I take my time, I take my energy, I do the best profound healing on you. But I cannot heal you, so why would I say anything? Because my healing works on you as much as you work on yourself. I only give you my word, I'm gonna do the best healing on you possible. In my energy, but what you do with that energy is according to how you play the game. If you take the game seriously, you follow fear, you follow hate, you follow guilt and attachments. No one can heal you. You are lost in the lowest dimensions of the game. But if you choose love, follow love, away from fear, away from bad news, away from attachments, away from control, away from hate and violation, you save yourself, you heal yourself from all suffering. My healing energy therefore works on everyone as much as they work on themselves. Like this. But yeah, you have my word. For every single donation, healing is performed. You have my word. I give you my word. And thank you once again. And everybody else, thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for mostly if you ever got some value that helps you in your life from where that I am, then my work has value. Thank you. May you play the game, always choose love, never fear, never hate. It's all a game, and only we choose love, we follow love, we create the game we want to see in this world. Heaven on earth, the heavenly kingdom is within you. Play the game. In love, you are the cheat code, antidote to everything what is not love. And you create heaven on earth. Heavenly level of game. Time is now. Heavenly level of game is within you. It's all a game. Much love. Purnamaste. Purnamaste.